I'm Danielle Komsky.
And I'm Danny Cray. We found many parts of Stevenson that correlate with different parts of the brain.
We'll show you. Come on.
The left hemisphere of the brain deals with language and speech processing. We chose to represent this with the English office because in the English office you can go where you need help with writing a speech or getting help with grammar or any other thing that relates to language processing.
The corpus callosum connects the right and left hemisphere of the brain and also sends info between the two. We chose to represent this with the link because the link connects the new and the old building, and that's how you get from one to the other. You have to walk through it, like the information passing through.
The reticular formation is the part of the brain that deals with pain perception, muscle reflexes, and breathing. We chose to represent this with the nurse's office because this is where you go if you're in pain and you need help or if you need any other assistance. Go.
The frontal lobe deals with the movement of muscles because it is the primary motor cortex. So we chose the fitness center to represent that because that is where you go to exercise and move your muscles and get stronger.
The right hemisphere of the brain deals with the creative aspects. We chose to represent this with the PAC because this is where more of the creative aspects of Stevenson take place, such as the dance concerts and theater productions.
The amygdala is the part of the body that helps you with fear responses. We chose the student lounge for the peer helpers people to represent this at Stevenson because this is where you can go if you're afraid, where you can talk about your fears.
The cerebellum is the part of the brain that helps balance and helps maintain balance and coordination. We chose to interpret this to mean the student activities because the student activities helps you balance extracurriculars in school by being able to come in here and get programs and brochures about extracurricular activities.
The temporal lobe is the primary auditory cortex, and it deals with auditory processing. And so we chose the language lab because here you can listen to people speak a different language, so you can process that and kind of learn a different language that way.
The cerebrum is the part of the brain that deals with the most complex mental activities, such as learning and remembering. We chose the learning center to represent this because if you need help remembering something, if you need help with homework, if you need help learning a new concept, you can always come here and use people to help you. Go.
The occipital lobe is the primary visual cortex. It deals with visual information. This is like the morning announcements because every morning you get visual information on what's going on around Stevenson.
The medulla is the part of the brain responsible for unconscious functions needed to survive, such as breathing and heartbeat. We chose to use the ID card to represent the medulla because to survive in Stevenson, you need to have your ID card with you at all times or you'll get in trouble. There you go.
The hippocampus deals with memory for factual info. This is like your assignment notebook because you write down your homework in the assignment notebook so you can like remember it later, and it's where all your info and your homework is.
We hope you enjoyed our tour around Stevenson.
In relation to the parts of Stevenson, the parts of the brain.
Don't forget to study!